Well, this morning we are highlighting CAF athlete Derek Loccident. He joins us now alongside co-founder of Challenge Athletes Foundation, Bob Babbitt, to share his story. Morning, guys.
How you doing?
Great to have you. Derek, it's so great to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too.
You're quite a story.
I appreciate that.
I'm like, really?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
Well, yeah. Playing college football.
There's a list of things.
Playing college football out after, I think you had your best game, right? Did you have nine tackles?
Yep, best game.
And this is University of Central Oklahoma.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Division II. And playing great football, and that night comes, and I go out with my friends and end up losing track of them. Well, yeah, going out with my friends and losing track of them. Didn't have a phone with me, and I started to wander and was a little intoxicated, and I ended up walking a few blocks up and trying to get to a gas station. There's a train in between me and the gas station. Try to go in between the train, end up starting on me, and I get in between as it's starting to roll, and I try to hop from in between it and trip on the rail and knock myself out. Wake up probably 5-10 minutes later, and then first thing I'm looking up is the sky, and I try to get up, and I feel a little tingling at the bottom of my leg, and foot's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then comes back from that to play football again with a prosthetic leg, which is pretty much could be your end of your story, right?
That's it.
Right.
So you were a safety, a defensive player.
Yep.
And you told me they moved you to linebacker.
Moved me to linebacker, so I came back when I first started practicing with the prosthetic. I was at the safety position, and ended up becoming second string by the springtime. And there was we were missing a few bodies at linebacker as the fall began to roll around, and a few conversations with my coach, and decided to move me to linebacker and get me in the box. And so they kind of used me as a hybrid linebacker to play slot, work at the slot, but also fill the box in that linebacker position. And yeah.
What was it like playing linebacker? That's an intense position,
right,
man.
Yeah.
You got to step in a hole now and
Absolutely. I had to put on a lot of weight, muscle mass, something I wasn't, accustomed to. And, there was a few challenges, especially, weight-wise with the prosthetic. There's some things that you kind of struggle with joints and stuff. And so training was constant for me. Every day was, how do I get better? How do I make this easier for me to where I don't have to worry about or constantly think of how I need to put myself in position where I could just play freely and open-minded. So I think, my approach to it was well, and, I was able to have fun with it my last year, enjoying the whole moment with teammates. That was the main reason I went back to football, was the team environment, and it saved me from harming myself and losing myself, and wondering what's next for me. It just kept me in the moment, and and it allowed me to enjoy where I was in life.
And now you're running, right?
I'm running track.
What happened is, next thing you know, Joakim Cruz runs a track and field program. I remember Joakim calling me and go, hey, I got this kid down from Oklahoma. He could be great, right? He's a football player, but I think he could be a track guy.
Yeah.
And so
Joakim Cruz, I don't know, Joakim is a legend Brazilian runner, and talking on the phone, not even knowing who he is, it's just mind-blowing.
Wow.
84 Olympic gold medalist Joakim was,
Okay.
800 meters, a silver medalist 4 years later, and runs our para track and field program. And he called me and said, hey, this young man needs travel expenses to get to an event, and so you have to take care of that. And next thing you know, he goes to the World Championships last year and gets a silver in the long jump, silver in the high jump. And then he got a bronze in the 100?
That was this year, at Kobe, Japan, yes.
And then got 7th in the javelin?
Yes.
7th jump. So then last weekend, he just qualified to go to Paris in the long jump, high jump, and 100 meters.
And when is that?
It comes up about 3 weeks after the Olympics. See, we look at the Olympics as sort of the cocktail, the hors d'oeuvre before the real event.
Right.
The real event is the Paralympics. Let them warm things up, make sure that everything works well.
Yeah.
Then the real athletes come in, Derek and the rest of his buddies. They come to Paris, and then we take over and do the real show.
We close out the show. And,
Exactly.
With the main act.
Yeah. This is the main act. Those guys are the warm-up act.
Well, you're going to have to come see us again when you get back from Paris.
Oh, yeah, I will. If y'all let
Definitely.
me come back,
Absolutely.
Come back with some medals and get to have y'all.
Now, do you live in San Diego?
I'm training full-time, in San Diego at the Chula Vista Training Center.
Okay.
Yes.
Where are you from originally?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma. So you are from Oklahoma. Got it.
Yeah, and the cool part with Derek is when this young man named Elijah Schultz was 8 years old, he met Derek down in Oklahoma, and they did the Endeavor Games. That was his first time Derek ran 100. He ran like 13 seconds.
Yeah.
And he meets this little kid, Elijah, who was born in Ghana, missing a leg, missing fingers on both hands, missing toes on one foot. And the two of them, Elijah's 2.0, Derek 2.0. He became the mentor for him.
Wow.
And this kid, Elijah, is amazing. And Derek, talk a little bit about Elijah.
Yeah, meet him for the first time at my first track meet. Elijah, as soon as I, saw him, I got, word from as soon as I finished the race, my prosthetist told me there was this kid he wanted me to meet. And as I'm like switching out my legs from my blade to my daily leg, he walks up and I'm looking at him like, no words exchanged, just us looking at each other, smiling, and him seeing him, who he was, like as just a young kid, curious of me and what I'm doing. The relationship just grew after that, and his dad got in contact with me and told me that he wanted to get into sports and wanted to do all these things, and that he loved football, loved baseball, wanted to do track as well, and kind of just being there for him, and whatever he needed, being there and being open to help him out along the way. And
So what's he doing now?
He's 12 years old. He's 12 years old. He's a
That
starting.
look.
It's amazing. He's a starting quarterback on the football team.
Wow.
He is the center fielder and starting pitcher on the baseball team, and he's deadlifting 3 times his body weight. He's 12 years old.
Wow.
Right? And I think this kid, as an amputee, will be the starting quarterback and center fielder and pitcher for his high school baseball team.
Yeah.
Wow.
This kid is special.
The type of
Derek's been a huge role
mentality,
model.
the type of mentality that he brings is, is so impactful. Just seeing him, the film that he puts out there in football, and what he's doing to, in his age group, it looks unfair, almost. Like it really
huge.
does. He's just twice the size of everybody, and he's just running, throwing the deep balls as if nothing's,
Right.
As if you see the film, it seems like nothing's wrong, but you see him in person, it's like, okay. But I can see why he's so impactful, and because he's just a man amongst boys, and
Wow.
he lets it be known, and I feel like that's just a mentality that he brings constantly to everything. Even baseball, track, whatever he lays his hands on, he's gonna do.
Yeah,
Wow.
the whole thing with mentorship is a huge part of what we do at CAF, and having someone like Derek mentor Elijah so that he knows, hey, this guy's going to the Paralympics. He's going to go medal in Paris. Why can't I do whatever I want to do?
Sure.
It's very cool.
Great stories.
I love it all.
Bob, Derek, great to meet you, man.
Great to meet you too.
Awesome to meet you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm waiting to get back. Come back after Paris.
come back,
We
yes.
want to know.
Yeah.
Bring some pictures.
That's when football season will start too.
Oh, that's right. Which we were just talking about off camera. Yeah.
Who's your team?
Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh. That man right there is from Baltimore.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now we got some action.
Yeah, we do. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.